and the fact that many vulnerable workers, and I think Louise maybe has a view of this, are at a great risk of losing their jobs, and many small firms risk becoming insolvent. So Louise, what can be done?
Right, Ray. This is I think one of the central challenges here for policy. You know, there is a lot that governments are doing now to help firms and workers during the height of the crisis, if you want. Lots of schemes that involve tax deferrals, that involve income replacement programs to support the self-employed, improvements in access to social security, to social protection, really, sick leave, unemployment benefits for those non-standard workers, if you want. There is a lot that is happening in the housing market, for instance, all sorts of loan and tax forbearance mechanisms that are making it easier for people to go through this most dramatic period of the crisis. I think the issue that is important, it ties in, I think, well with what Ricardo mentioned, that is, as we move on towards the recovery, people will feel more confident that they can go out, that the situation is under control. That is not something that we usually take into account very easily in our models, because we don't know how much pent-up demand there will be. You know, if people feel confident and start going out and shopping, restaurants open, you know, that will come with a big boost to the economy, but we just don't know what the size of that boost will be. On the other hand, if that lack of confidence lingers, if there is uncertainty as to the outcome or the outlook for this pandemic, then there may be more precautionary savings, and that has an impact, again, on the macroeconomy, if you want. But I think the key message, and if I can go back to the context that we all set out, I think, in our different interventions, is that what is it that needs to be done now that will put our economies and societies on a better footing to basically withstand this period, this transition, and come out of it, better. Let's not forget, before we came into this crisis, our economies and societies were already facing challenges and headwinds related to population aging, so adverse demographics, the climate issue, slow productivity growth. So what is driving, growth down, the performance of our economies down over the longer terms, has to do with this. Productivity is low. So we cannot afford to come out of this crisis with another big shock to productivity. So making sure that that whatever we do now has an eye on what can make our economies better, workers better placed to move to jobs and sectors where economic prospects are better, that companies can restructure their activities better so that we don't end up in a situation that we did 10 years ago with the global crisis, stranded assets, long-term unemployed, lack of reallocation, if you want me to use a more technical term about it. That, I think, is the challenge that we're all facing right now.